Hey all you foodies out there, it's Cool Chef Mika here, bringing you another episode of Cool Chef Mika Food Vibes. Today, it's cold and rainy here in Richmond, Virginia, so I got my family's dinner already done, but I'm preparing them an appetizer today. So I'm going to share with you today one of our favorite appetizers in our family, Cool Chef Mika's cheese bombs. Now, everybody loves mozzarella sticks, fried mozzarella, whatever you want to call it. Fried curds, whatever, it's fried cheese. So I'm going to share with you me and my family's favorite recipe, which is my cheese bombs. So I got the whole setup here today. I'm going to start going through some of our ingredients and items to let you guys know what's going on. So of course I have my 3-step breading system here. Got me some AP flour, my egg wash, and I have some panko, some Italian panko breadcrumbs. It has some herbs in there, nice and coarse, the way I like it for what we're going to be doing today. Alright, our seasonings. As before, I go through the seasonings as we're using them, so I'll tell you all about what we have there. I have here some cream cheese, just some marinara, and my cheese. I'm going to go over my cheeses with you. Now, today what I'm going to be using for our cheese bombs, we have some aged white cheddar. We have some sharp yellow cheddar. And we also have two of my favorite cheeses. We have Asiago and we have Gouda. Now, Asiago is an Italian cow's milk cheese. Very creamy in texture. Very melty. The Gouda, smoked Gouda actually, is actually a Dutch cheese. And that's also a cow's milk cheese. So it's very, very creamy. So first of all, getting started here, I'm going to dump all our cheeses down inside this bowl. Now, you know, guys, I like to use my hands. I know some people cringe at that, but whatever. This is for us, so I'm not sharing with you guys today. I'm just going to get all that cheese down inside my bowl here. And this is really, really easy and simple, guys. You're going to trip how easy this is. So, into the bowl, I'm going to dump in some parsley, some onion and garlic granulated. I have some black pepper. Cornstarch. Oh, Alexa jamming tonight, y'all. This is some more AP. Everything straight into the bowl. Now, I'm not going to use all this. This is our cayenne and red pepper flake mix. I always have this mix on hand because I like everything to have a little kick to it. Just going to use a little bit of that. That's it. All you need is a pinch. And especially if you're going to be sharing this with your kids, you don't want to burn their mouth all up. So, next in, I have some cream cheese. It's been softened. It's at room temp. I'm going to make sure I get all that out of the bowl. Alright. Just going to scrape that off on the side. Now I'm going to put my gloves on because it's time to get into our bowl. This is really, really simple, guys. You can do this with any mixture of cheese that you want. You don't have to use the 4 cheeses that I use. You can use so many different choices. You can use Parmesan. You can use cloth-bound cheddar. You can use Swiss. You can use Havarti. So many different ones. But this is what I had on hand. So this is what I use. And I always use the coarse grated. Sorry, I meant to tell you guys that the fine grated cheese actually doesn't mix well. So now what I'm doing, and I'm just kind of like I'm doing a dough. I'm just kneading it into that cream cheese. Just kneading it all together. This is a really, really good part right here to get your kids help in. Most kids like to help in the kitchen, and especially when they can use their hands. Just get all up in there, and you want to make sure that everything is getting all pressed in together. There's no wrong way to do this. There's no right way to do it. Just as long as it's all mixed. So I'm just pinching and grabbing, making sure that I stop along the way to pick up the rest of the cheese that's at the bottom of my bowl. And you see it's starting to come together like a little ball, like a little dough ball. I have a little bit of cheese left. And I'm just going to press to make sure I get all of that here. And I'm just squeezing, forming that ball. Alright, I pretty much got all the cheese incorporated, guys. So now, what I usually do from this point is I refrigerate it for about 15 to 20 minutes until it stiffens up and firms up just a little bit more than what it is. So it's like a dough ball. It's like you're creating the dough. So I just have this big ball of cheese. Big ball of deliciousness is what I like to call it. But from here, we're going to refrigerate it for about 15-20 minutes. That's what we would do. But for the sake of today, I'm going to show you guys what happens after you take it out of the refrigerator after 15-20 minutes. So ready? It's 15 minutes later. Alright, so I just usually go in and grab a nice pinch. Just depending on what size you guys want to make your cheese bombs. Totally easy, up to you. Excuse me, guys. Now, when I'm doing these professionally, I actually get one of my scoops and I measure it and all that. But these are my kids. This is my family. They like them big. So, I pinched off a nice size there. And I just rolled it up there. I'm going to show you guys that one more time. Just pinch off your dough ball here, your cheese dough ball. Squeeze it together and roll it. So you see here, guys, I just rolled 2 up. Now I'm going to show you our next step in this. First, let's get Alexa to chill out a little bit. Hey, Alexa, lower. Anywho. So we've rolled up these 2 nice size balls here for our cheese bombs. I want to make sure our temperature on our deep fryer here is set. I have my deep fryer set for 320 degrees. So we have our 3-step breading program here. Now everybody knows how to bread things, hopefully. We have, like I said, my AP flour, my egg wash, and my panko. So it's always dry, wet, dry. So if you don't want to use AP flour, you can use any flour you can use. I've done it with rice flour. I've actually done it with just cornstarch. When you do it with just cornstarch, it gives you a hard, crunchy texture to it. So it's really, really good. It's really cool. You can use that. Cornstarch actually helps to seal in that cheese, which is why I put it in the mix. So we're good. All right. And like I said, I just have my Italian breadcrumbs. So we're going to do dry, wet, dry. Remember, one hand. One wet, one dry. So straight inside dry, we're going to go in. And you're just going to coat. You don't need a lot of excessive flour on there. So now that I got this coated, I'm just going to tap it a little to make sure I get all that excess off. Into my wet, which is my egg wash. I'm going to get my other ball. Make sure we still got that nice tight roll. Into my dry. Same thing again. And that AP flour, just making sure it's coated all around. Getting off that excess flour. So this is what we have now. I'm going into our wet egg wash. Now, we're just going to roll these around to make sure all sides, the whole circumference, is coated in the egg wash. Drip the excess off and straight into our panko. Alright, now we're going to use our dry hand again and make sure that our bomb is coated in that panko. Now when I'm coating this in panko here, I like to actually squeeze slightly, not too much. You don't want to mess up your form or the shape that you have. Just squeeze lightly to make sure that that cheese is adhering to my bomb. Shake off the excess, and this is what I have. Nicely coated. Just want to set this here on our board while we get our second one in the panko. Drip off that excess. Don't forget to drip off that excess, guys. Drop it into your dry panko. And once again, we're coating and we're squeezing. Coating and squeezing. Now, there's a million different ways to do this last breading. I could have done it on a plate. I could have done it in a bag. I could have done it in a bigger bowl. But I like it like this because of the size of the balls and the actual shape. This makes it a lot easier for me. So I have those nice and coated. Now, I'm going to pop these gloves off to show you the next thing we're going to be doing, guys. So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, what should I do? What should I do for my next show? What should I show these guys? So I like to give you a glimpse of what it is that I like to prepare for my family as well as for me working. So what about the cheese bombs? Cheese bombs are really, really cool. They're easy to make. You can actually shape them into whatever shape you want. I did balls just because, well, I'll show you guys the reason why I did balls at the end. It's the end effect that I like to do. But you can shape these. Like I said, it's a dough. You can shape them into shapes for your kids. You can actually roll them out and use cookie cutters. So whatever you want to do, you can totally do it and make it your own. So I'm going to show you why I did Bombzzz and balls at the end. We have our oil catching station here ready for them when they come out the deep fryer. My deep fryer is ready for us now. So now these at this stage, we just finished rolling these in our 3-step breading. Nice and coated evenly, as you guys can see. From this stage, we will actually go back to the refrigerator. I will refrigerate them for about 20 to 30 minutes at this point before they hit the deep fryer. But for today, I already have some that I've already rolled out and that have already been refrigerated. So these are ready to be fried. All right, so my deep fryer is ready. I like to use 2 baskets when I'm frying these because they have the tendency, of course, to float. So I use the double basket method. You don't want to overcrowd your basket because it is cheese, guys. Just like a mozzarella stick. It may seep out. So don't overcrowd your basket. I'm going to actually go for 3. All right, let's lower these down in the grease here. Once you have them down in your grease, just give your basket a little sway back and forth to make sure they've detached themselves from the bottom of your basket. You don't want a mess. All right, double basket method. I'm going to pop this one top to make sure those puppies stay submerged in that oil. All right. Now while that's going, I'm going to slide these over here. And I thought that I would just go ahead and show you guys what I was saying about how we can shape these into any shape. Now I know I don't have on my gloves, like I said. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So you just play with it, just like Play-Doh. You can make them into logs. I'm going to go with a log. That's what we're going to do today. But I just did this as a demo to show you guys that you can shape these any kind of way you want. I'm keeping an eye on our cheese balls here. I see them getting golden. They're not exactly where we need them. I'm going to take this time to rinse off my hands because we're about to enjoy and see why I like mine shaped in a sphere rather than shaped in a log or any other shape. Just give my hands a nice little dry here. Move some of these things out of our way. All right, guys. I'll show you guys what they look like when it's time for them to come out of the grease. Almost there. You see the cheese starting to pustule out? We're almost there. All right. A couple more seconds there, guys. Now I have some marinara here. It's just a basic sauce that I made. Tomato puree, has some basil in there, some oregano, some garlic and onion. All right. I'm going to just pull up our cheese balls, guys, so they're out of the grease. Just let them sit there for a second. Now you want to always season your food while it's hot. So I'm just going to hit this with a little bit of my bamboo chef. Alright, put the cover back in that deep fryer because I'll be frying more of those in a few moments. Alright, so just for me, just like mozzarella sticks that comes with marinara, I like marinara. So, for me, this is what I like. I like mine with marinara. Even though it's a cheese bomb, hey, it's cheese. I want marinara, right? Alright. So I'm just going to pop our cheese bombs here on our plate. You can never have enough marinara. Alright. Some chives all over. And those are Cool Chef Mika's cheese bombs. We made those in no time, guys. So if your family's really hungry, they want to eat, don't give them processed mozzarella sticks that have all kind of additives in them. Make them some cheese bombs. Now I want you guys to see the best part. This is the best part. This is why I like them shaped this way. Because I get to break into them and see all that ooey gooey goodness. Just like a cheese bomb should be. Look at that cheese ball. Let me show you guys again. I mean, all that cheese we just loaded into these bites. Look at it. So, I've let you guys in on another one of my secrets. My cheddar cheese bombs. And I don't know why I call them cheddar, because I pack them with all kind of cheese. Let's just call them cheese bombs. So, take this recipe, make it your own, use whatever cheese you want. You can switch up your flour, switch up your seasonings, do it your way. As long as you have the staples, which are the shredded cheese and the cream cheese and your 3-step breading, you're set for success. So once again, guys, thank you for joining me, Cool Chef Mika. This is Food Vibes. Remember to like, share, and follow Cool Chef Mika's Food Vibes on all platforms. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm all over the place. Like, share, follow, subscribe. And until next time, Cool Chef Mika. See you guys later. I'm about to fry some more of these cheese bombs up.